What is up, you guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I am covering a matchup I had in the OPTCG Weekly a few weeks ago. If you ever want to participate in our online tournaments, they are completely free, so go ahead and join our Discord. The link is in the description. But today I am playing the Blue Jinbe deck. I just really love fast and aggressive decks, and so Jinbe really fits that playstyle. And I think that the pressure I'm going to be able to put on my opponent's life really works in my favor against this matchup. So hopefully I'll be able to whittle him down before he can start looping his 5 Elders a few times. Now my hand is pretty solid. I saw a 1-cost character, so I decided not to mulligan. Plus I have the 6-cost Fisher Tiger in my hand, which I really like, and I already have an 8-cost Jinbe, so I can start to put pressure on my opponent as quickly as possible. On my second turn, I decide to attack him with my leader, and then play the 3-cost Kurobi, so I can use my leader's effect and put 2 Dawn onto my Hatchin, and then swing with my Hatchin too. This 1-cost character is really nice because it's really easy to just throw 2 Dawn onto him, which turns on his effect, so if he gets KO'd, you'll be able to draw a card. It's technically worse than the other 1-cost character that just draws you a card on play, but it disincentivizes my opponent from attacking over him in the first place, which I really like because it helps me keep field presence. So as long as I can keep putting pressure on my opponent's life and continue putting characters on the board, I'll be in a good spot. Unfortunately, I don't have any small characters to play this turn, so I do just attack him for 6, and he counters out, so I attack him for 7, thinking that the life will go through, but he ends up using his 1-cost counter event already, which is perfectly fine by me because now that's one less counter event to worry about. On his turn, he plays Mars and pops my character, so he's able to just attack my life instead, and because I have 5, I might as well take it now. The life card was a Perfume Femur, so I used the trigger because I already have another Perfume Femur in my hand, and then he attacks me again, so I just take the life card again because I am still trying to dig through my deck and find some smaller bodies to help fill up my field, because dropping 1 big body only gives me 1 attack, and I really want to get more than 2 attacks each turn going. Otherwise, he's just going to have a bunch of blockers, and he'll easily be able to stop 2 attacks each turn. I draw the 1-cost Chew for a turn, so I play him down and just draw another card. This guy is probably the card you want to see most in the deck because he just instantly replaces himself. After that, I decide that I want to spend the rest of my 4 Dawn on characters, so I put 2 onto my leader and swing for 7, getting him to take another life card. So then I'm able to play the Shirahoshi and play down the Watatsumi. So now I have a blocker and 2 characters that can attack on the next turn, so I'm feeling very good about that. My opponent does fill up his own field though, playing a Saturn and a Peter. So now that he has a bunch of attacks against me for the next turn, I'm going to counter out as much as I can. So he attacks me for 5, which is an easy counter out with my Jozu. Basically, my only choice here is to play the 8-cost Jinbe, because I have 2 of them and I need to get some bigger characters onto the field to supplement my smaller ones, and at the same time I need to rest some Dawn so I can use my leader's effect to let some of my guys attack. I hold on to the cards in my hand for now because he does have a bunch of attacks for me next turn, and just attacking low will still get a card out of his hand. I don't really need to get him low on life right now because I'll make a stronger push next turn. He does start just attacking over my small characters, and I pretty much have to let them go because if he starts attacking into my 8-cost Jinbe, I need to keep those cards in my hand to protect him. One of my trigger cards in my life was Gravity Blade, which would be great against any other deck, but unfortunately none of these guys can be removed from the field by card effects, so it feels really bad when I see the second Gravity Blade off of my life, and then it feels even worse when he plays his 5 Elders out. So he's able to pop my Shirahoshi and attack again at 8,000 power, and I definitely should have used my Shirahoshi blocker earlier on, expecting the 10 Elders to come down so he can pop again, but for some reason I felt like he didn't have it, and in any case it felt like the game was coming down to a close. Because I know that I'm not going to be able to survive the next turn, I decide to make one final push just to see if I can't steal the game. I play out my other 8-cost Jinbe, and I choose not to use the effect because I need the extra 2 Dawn cards to use my Perfume Femur in my hand. He doesn't know that I have another one though, and although he definitely should have played around it, there are going to be plenty of times in tournaments where you're going to be able to trick your opponent like this. I attack for 11, and he just takes the life card. So I use the Perfume Femur to boost my Jinbe and make him unblockable. Then I use my Leader's Effect to put the last 2 Dawn cards onto him, and I attack 16 at life, and he can't block here anymore. So I was actually able to steal that win against Emu, letting me come in 3rd place that tournament. Jinbe is an entirely underrated deck that so many people aren't prepared for because it doesn't act like many blue decks normally do. It is extremely aggressive and plays basically just like a red deck. However, it has some really great tools like extra removal options that red doesn't have, and even has its own way to make your cards unblockable, which is a staple in red decks. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to subscribe. It really helps me out. And as I mentioned, if you ever want to play against me, or if you want to participate in online tournaments, I do host one every week on my Discord, so if you want to join, check out the link in the description. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.